All right, I'll wait a minute, see if anybody makes it back. I'm sorry about that, guys. Not sure what happened there. But I did restart the internet, so I just restarted the whole modem and everything. So hopefully that'll make a difference. So I'll let everybody come back in, wait a minute here, and then I'll get back going. And I did move a couple things around and gather a couple more supplies so we can keep going and won't have to worry about that. Let me gather a purple I was wanting to grab real quick. Let's see, I hope I have, oh yes, I have enough. Really am liking this purple here. All right. I hope the internet's a little bit better now. I did restart the modem. So hopefully we will not have any unstable connections and all that good stuff. So welcome. I see I have one in here. Who's in here so far? So here is a, this is actually a record. And I just put some tape over the hole so the paint. And so I've already done this one once, and I did not like, honestly, how this turned out. I don't think I had quite enough paint. And so I'm going to redo it here. I'm going to just paint right over the top. I do like areas of it, but I don't like the whole thing. I thought about painting something on top of it. I'm just going to repaint it. Oh, I rock creativity. All right. Well, welcome back. Sorry about that connection. I'm not sure what happened. So this is just a regular old vinyl record. It had a bunch of scratches, couldn't be played anymore. So I thought I would do this real quick to it. So real quick, I'm going to, it's kind of off camera because if I set it up here, we're kind of up. Well, I guess I could do that. It's kind of up in your guys' face a little. But I'm going to use this. I've already taken the lid off. But it's a neon purple. It's a really pretty purple. And so I'm going to use a bunch of that. Whoa. Did you see that on the side? That was really cool. It like just across this around the side. So I'm going to mix up just a little bit of this purple. And then I'm going to do a blown flower technique on this one. This is going to be a clock afterwards. So I'm going to use some purples and pinks and make it a flower right over the top of this paint here. All right. I'm just mixing let me get some of the Liquitex in there. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to the connection on that last one. That was too bad. We had quite a few people in there too, but it did give me a chance to move some of the paintings over that I had just done that are drying and gather a couple more supplies. So that was all right too, because I was able to do that. So, all right, almost have this mixed up. And this was a lot thinner paint to begin with. So I don't need to add any water. It's a good consistency, right, with like that. No water needed. But I am going to put just a couple drops of this treadmill oil. Just 2 drops here. 1, 2. All right. Mix that in. I don't like vigorously mix that in, but I mix it in there pretty good. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to get white all over it. I want to get a nice base of white, and it's clogged. So I just have these skewers, and I just reuse them over and over again. So it was clogged a little. There we go. Now all right. Getting a good base of white, and then I'll spread it around here. So how you doing? I Rock Creativity. Are you still here? How you doing? Thanks for coming by. And I just make these into clocks is what I do. And I just recently got a Cricut machine where you can cut vinyl and different things on it. And so I've been cutting out my numbers so that I don't have to paint the numbers on all the clocks. I now can just cut them out and put them on with vinyl. All right, you're great. All right, so good. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, this type of painting, I mean, you can just mess around and as you can see, you know, I paint on all kinds of surfaces and I didn't like that last one. Oh, no biggie. Paint right over it. It's all about practicing and just getting this white spread around, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with the rest of it. Kind of got to get it even here in the middle. And then shake off any of the extras, what I usually do. All right, so now I want to do a kind of a blown flower. Hey, art and crafting lady, welcome back. Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened to my internet there for a second, but I'm glad you guys were able to make it back. Hey, Robert, welcome. Thanks for coming. So I'm just, this is a record, and I'm just repainting it. I have already actually painted it the one time, and I didn't like it, so I'm painting right over it, and this will be a clock when I'm all done. This is that really pretty neon purple, and that has the silicone in it, so I put quite a bit of that, actually. And so now I think I'm going to put some gold with that as well, and then a little bit more white in the middle there. Okay, now I'm going to blow the white across and kind of make flower. No, it wasn't worth money. I used to sell records on eBay, so I kind of know how to look them up and stuff. It was super scratched. It wasn't able to play anymore or anything. So, yeah, no, it didn't have any sort of value to it or anything. So we make art with it. Hey, Eileen, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so you can already see some of the fun happening here already with it mixing together. But I've got just a piece of aquarium tubing. And I like to use the aquarium tubing because you can kind of direct your flow. A lot of people will use straws, but I can reuse this over and over and over again, and I can direct the flow. So here I'm just going to blow here the white, kind of blow it kind of like a flower, kind of abstract flower, mind you. So, and this is kind of tricky because you got to blow it hard enough to get the paint across, but not hard enough to sling it across off the thing. So let's see if we can do it. I have a lot of paint here, so I'm not sure. All right, that's a good one. So now over here, I'm going to get another one. All right, Alicia. Yeah, I'm back. I don't know. I restarted the internet. Hopefully that'll help. Let me get where you guys can see that better. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit more. And I'm just blowing through a tubing from aquarium. And so you get a little lightheaded if you do too many of these, but we'll do this one. All right. There's another. I'll just keep kind of turning it so I can keep it all and keep blowing it that way. Turn it for you a little bit more so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I've got several things layered up, so we got lots of projects here we're going to do. All right, so that one, we got a lot of the white, but we're going to wait a minute, and we might put a little more purple and blow, but we'll see what pops up through. So turn it a little bit more. I'm not sure if you guys can see the beautiful gold. The gold's just beautiful shimmering up through. So let me check on the chat. Sorry, guys, I get distracted with the paintings. I'm trying to keep track of the, Oh, okay. So art and crafting lady. Yeah, I got kind of a funny story on that one. I tried to do a bicycle pump. It was too strong. It slung the paint right off of there. So what I'm saving up money for, and I will eventually get, is people have a little tiny air compressor for like airbrushing, and they can use that. But for now, we're just blowing with this, and that works fine for now. But yes, I've experimented with a few things. I've experimented with the compressed air, the cans of air you clean your like electronics with. That I'll tell you does not work. It slings the paint. It's too strong. And then I've also worked with a bicycle pump. So yeah, I've tried a couple of things. A lot of people use straws. I like the being able to control and go back and forth and with this, and I've got a good little length of it here. It's just aquarium tubing. Yeah, I just got it. And then also I got to remember, because I just start talking right in between blows. I got to take a few breaths. Oh, Lanai Parrish. I hope I can say your name. I always worry about saying people's names wrong. Mike, is the internet, Mike the Greek is my husband. Yeah, the first was buffering. Is the internet good on this one, guys? I hope it's okay. But yeah, we had internet the earlier issues. Sophia Tailoring. All right, welcome. All right, so let's get, I think we can get like two more, maybe a third kind of pedal thing in there, but we'll see. So this is going to be a clock, guys. So let me take a breath and get back to it. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Now, one more good sized one, and we'll see what we got going on here. If we need any more purple or if we're good, we'll assess it in just a minute. Okay, take a deep breath, just a minute. All right. Now I like to just kind of let it do its thing now. See what it's going to do, because some cells will pop up, different thing. Um, the internet is a lot better. Okay, good, good. Thanks for popping in, Mike. Yeah, he's my husband. All right. Yeah, I'm really loving it. Now, the silicone creates the cells, but also the Floetrol will create cells too. But so the only thing that had silicone in it was that fluorescent, real neon purple. So you don't have to put silicone in every color. It's kind of nice. I've got it in just the one. And now I haven't decided. I've got kind of a blank, kind of a pedal that's a little bit lighter. So I'm kind of just waiting to see what happens. Let it do its magic, because it does take a little while before all the stuff pops up through. Okay, so I am going to take my torch and torch it a little bit. It's a record, so I don't want to torch it, too much. It definitely will warp on me. But I do see some air bubbles that were blown into it. So I'm going to torch it just a little bit here. Kind of just a quick across the top to get the air bubbles. Okay, that's it. Not much. All right. So yeah. Oh, Artsy Studios. All right. Welcome. Oh, it sounds cute in your ears when people pronounce. I kind of giggle when people mispronounce my last name. It's kind of cute when people do it. Yeah. Oh, Alicia, your husband's name is Mike too. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys all know each other. Some of the other channels coming in. So yeah, you guys know how to do your thing. Check each other's channel out and everything. So for those that are just coming in, this is a record, a vinyl record, and it was all scratched up. So I have painted over it, and this will be a clock. Eventually, this will turn and I'll make it into a clock. But that's the record for now. And, you know, honestly, I think it's looking so pretty. I like what it's doing, and I don't think I am going to mess with anymore. I don't think it needs any more purple. What do you guys think? Think I should blow on it some more, mess with it some more? But yeah, I think I might just leave it. Maybe, and that was so fun. Maybe we should do another one like that. Because down below, when the internet went bad and I had to restart my stream, I set up a couple more things. So I have another canvas ready to go. So see what you guys think. Should I add some more purple? Oh, did somebody ask a question? Did I miss a question? Blah, blah, blah. If I missed a question, just let me know. Sometimes I get distracted with so just let me know if I do. Because I see Alicia says, oh, that's a good question, Art. So did Artsy Studios ask a question? I hope I didn't miss a question. Oh, hey, Shepherd's Treehouse. Purple is your favorite. Oh, so I'm assuming that would be Selena. Or it might be Tommy. Tommy might be your favorite color, but I'm assuming this is Selena. But yeah, I just blew that with an aquarium tubing. It's a record. It's going to be a clock. And that's how I made that. Let me see. Cigarette fluid. No, I don't think it would dry. The painting would probably not dry properly, I'm assuming. So what you want is silicone or dimethicone. So I have this here is from Walmart. It's an aerosol can. It's like in the automotive. It has but it's like $2.50 or $2.29. So I mean, this can't, you barely use any of it. So yeah, this is what you want is like silicone, heavy duty silicone. So this super cheap though, and this can would last you for 200-300 paintings because you barely put any in. And then I also use, depending on the look I'm looking for, and I do have a video coming out all about the silicone itself, but the other one I use is belt lubricant, treadmill, like for a treadmill, like to run on. So, oh, it's Tommy. All right. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. So those are what you want to use to create these cells. And that's what, but you don't have to have that either. I've done a lot of paintings where, I mean, in all these bottles that I use, there is no silicone in it. This one just has a lot of the cells because I put the silicone in that bright purple. Okay, guys, I'm going to move this one out of the way so we can do the next one. But that's going to make a really pretty clock. And my neighbor, she said that she has a whole bunch of old records that are ruined. And so she's going to give them to me for art. So I'm super excited. I'll have a whole bunch of records here coming up. Let me go back to the chat. Let me see if I'm. All right, guys. So what technique should we do for this one? We've done a couple of the beach scenes. Should we do another one of those? See, I got some of the silicone right there on the canvas. That's okay. Another one of those blown ones. Those are kind of fun. Or I can show you guys a different blown flower I do too. Yeah, it's great when I can recycle things. Oh, I have a video on how I recycle as much as possible in doing this art. Because a lot of people, you know, mix their paint every day in the cups and throw away the cups and stuff like that. So that's why I like to use the bottles and not, you know, have as much waste. But I also, all my tiles that I use, see, I make these into magnets, and I have other tiles that I make into different art pieces. Those are all from Habitat for Humanity. So I try to reuse as much as possible. As long as you don't get lightheaded. Yeah, how many times have I done that? Done way too many of the blown paintings and get way too lightheaded. Yeah, I've done that a few times. All right. So, I think I am going to do a blown one again, but I think we're going to do like blues and turquoise, maybe. Not so much a flower, just kind of blown around like an abstract. So I'm going to do a base of white. This is an 8x10 canvas. So you go through a lot of white. I'm actually here when I'm done with the live today. I've got to go to the store and get white paint. That's the main color I am always having to go back to the store and get. I think it's because I think it's today the last Tuesday of the month. Today should be the last Tuesday of the month, right? Then it's like a customer appreciation. I actually get a sale, I think. I need to go to Habitat for Humanity to get more tiles soon too. But it's kind of interesting. Usually they have like thousands of tiles. I mean, like thousands of tiles, big, huge palletfuls. The last time we went to go get tiles, they had zero. It was kind of a shock. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Because I paint on the tiles a lot. Okay, let me check on chat before I get some colors down here. Oh, Alicia, you got to get going. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll see each other in some of the other chats. If not, I'm sure I'll talk to you around. And I'll be checking out some more of your videos later. Awesome. Thank you for coming, though. Thanks for coming by. I must go through a lot of paint. I do go through a lot of paint, but I also sell my paintings and do art shows. Like April 13th is my next really big art show. And so, yeah, I go through a lot of paint, but I also buy it by pretty large quantities. Okay, just a second, guys, and I'm going to grab a napkin ring. I think we'll do a napkin ring one with this one. Let me grab a napkin ring. All right. So I just get these napkin rings from the Dollar Tree. Oh, hey, Sandra. All right. Hey, welcome. I don't think you've been on one of my lives. I haven't seen you around for a while. How are you doing? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. So I'm just getting ready. I've put a base layer of white. So I have these, they come by a 6-pack. They're just plastic, and I can reuse them. See, I've used this one with blue. And these are from the Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to sit this here just a second. All right. So how have you been, Sandra? I haven't seen you around. You're doing good. All right, good. Yeah, I'm doing awesome. I just got the webcam, so it's kind of nice now. You guys have a little bit better quality, and I can do the paintings live. So this is called, some people call this a open cylinder. Some people call this I just call it napkin ring, because some people use other pieces of PVC, different things, cups with the like the bottom cut out of them, anything to make it an open cylinder. I've actually been thinking about for one-time use. You couldn't reuse them, but the toilet paper, the cardboard in the middle of the roll of toilet paper. So I don't know. But here's the little bit of that blue we mixed up earlier. So I think I'm just going to do some turquoises and stuff like that. Just right in here. And I will put just a little bit more white around the outside. So when I start moving that, it kind of guides it through and guides the blue kind of under the white, and it creates a real nice look. Oh, you can call me Whimsy, or my name is Megan. So you can call me Megan also, whichever you want. It doesn't matter. You can call me Megan or Whimsy or whatever. I answer to all of it. So there's that neon purple. That neon purple is sure a pretty color. So I think I'll go ahead and put just a little bit of white in there. And then I really like in that gold with those colors. Okay, so we don't need too much more in here. So probably just a little bit more of the blue and then a little bit more of the purple. Just a little, not much. So we already have a good base of white going through. All right. So now I just kind of gently start moving this through. Maybe if I move it with my left hand, you guys can see a little bit. No, maybe try and see what you guys can see more of. If I use my left hand, if I use my right hand. But now I'm just gently, and I'm like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you got to kind of barely lift, kind of just feather it through. Because you don't want the paint to just come all dumping out. You'll see at the very end, it'll kind of dump out what's left. And then I'll move this around and you'll be able to see it really start to come out. Okay, so I'm right at the end and done. All right, let me see if I'm missing anything here, and then I'll tilt it around. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I love in these colors. Thank you. Yeah, this the purple is a new neon purple I had bought. I'm really liking it. It's real nice. And the other thing with this painting is sometimes you'll get a real nice bright color like that. And while it's wet, it'll look just amazing. I'm just gently, guys, just kind of tilting this. But while it's wet, it'll look so bright and amazing. And then when it dries just kind of a lot duller color, not as bright. Well, what I'm loving about this purple, this neon purple, it dries just as bright. So I'm just kind of gently moving this around, guys. Because this type, you would lose a lot of those cells if I move it too quickly. So this is the part on my videos I usually speed up a little bit. You've been going mad with the gold lately? Oh, your average girl. All right. You've been here lurking. Thank you. Thank you. Just kind of gently letting this one kind of move around. But I think we'll go ahead and torch it a little. I do see a little bit of air bubbles, and we'll see. We don't necessarily need more cells, but right through here, yeah, there was some air bubbles. I don't know if you guys can pick that up on the camera, but it did pop the air bubbles. All right. Yeah, I besides my paint, like I don't normally tend to go for gold. Like I don't like gold jewelry as much and stuff. But for some reason in painting, I've been really using a lot more gold. I, for some reason, tend to not use as much silver. I've been using a lot of rose golds, bronzes, and this is kind of a gold that I mixed up myself. It's two different brands of paint, and I really like the shimmer effect I got from using the two different types. So yeah, this is kind of the boring part. You don't want to speed it along too much. This is the part where I usually speed up the video so you guys don't have to see. But all right, well, I see a part, I'm really loving all of it, but this is a little bit too much of just that purple through there. So sometimes what I'll do for that is just gently, I've got that aquarium tubing, and I'm just going to gently, not much and disturb it, but kind of bring some other colors up. Okay, now I'm going to see how the blue and everything kind of came up through. Now if I tilt it even a little bit more, will. All right, let me check on the chat real quick and you kind of just let it do its thing too for a few seconds. All right. I'm not liking this area. I mean, I'm liking the whole thing. So sometimes I just mess with it till I wish I could have had enough paint on here to just kind of pour that part off, but there isn't quite enough paint. So I'll just kind of tilt it for a minute while I talk to you guys. So anybody have any exciting plans? What else is everybody up to today? It's getting warm in here. It is tilting that purple. It's getting there to the edge. And then I have this, I think that's about as far as we're going to go. We're going to start losing some of this if I tilt it too much more. So let me give you guys take my thing out here and give you guys a little bit closer look. Can you guys see all the different colors popping up through the other colors? Look at this end. I don't know if you guys can see it. I might actually paint this end. That really looks like a dragon, and then it goes up through. That looks like the dragon's face. Do you guys see that? Sometimes things will just pop up like little images, and then I'll paint them in to make them more pronounced. But can you guys see where I'm kind of looking at the dragon? I think that's what this one will become. Let me check if you guys. All right. Did we lose me again for a while? I saw the numbers drop off. Now the last one, it said across the top, like unstable connection. So I knew. But this time it didn't say unstable connection, but I did see like how many people I had in here, and then all of a sudden it dropped down to way less people. So I wasn't sure if it was the connection. I don't know. I restarted the internet. I hope the connection's better. But what I was showing, I'm not sure if that was, if I had a bad connection during that moment. But what I was showing is, do you guys see kind of showed up a dragon face? And this would, it's a little wonky, but working. Okay, thank you. Let me see. Okay, so there's the dragon's face, and then it would go all up his body. So what do you guys think? Let me turn around so you can see that. Oh, Trisha's motivational moment. Hey, welcome. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Just doing a little bit of live painting. I just did this one. I'm letting it it's a little bit, it kind of will move around and do a little bit more with the fluid acrylics. But yeah, I'm seeing a dragon. Am I the only one that's seeing that? But it might not be coming up on camera as well as you guys, as well as it is for me. But that's what it'll probably become. But okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move this one out of the way. And so this next one is right here. And that is, this is what I'm going to paint next. And that's an 18-inch. It's going to make it into a coat rack when I'm all done. Just a minute, just getting these safely out of the way. They're not going to get any drips anywhere. All right. Let's get a couple more canvases opened here, and we'll do another one after this one, because I kind of have to do this last because it's going to stay here. So I could do a little bit more on the here. So what I have here is a piece of photo paper. I just get it's this Polaroid photo paper, and I paint on it, and then I let it dry, and then I'm going to use these for cutting up and doing like collage work and stuff with these. So I'm going to go ahead and do one of these real quick, and then I'll do that one, because that one I have to kind of do last because I don't have anywhere I can set it once it's wet. because once that one's done, we're going to have to be kind of done. So, all right, I got 2 pieces here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a whole bunch of paint down this one, and I'm going to smush the 2 together and show you. All right, yeah, you can see the dragon a little bit. Yeah, once it dries, I'll kind of make the eyes and stuff a little bit more pronounced. It's kind of fun to do. But so yeah, I'm just going to get this photo paper on the shiny side of the photo paper, some paint down on it here. And then I'm going to squish the 2 pieces together. Yeah, photo paper is so good. Those ones I get from the Dollar Tree. It's a Polaroid photo paper, but a Polaroid brand, but it's from the Dollar Tree. And there's, I think about, 8 of them in there. I've already got this mixed up in a cup, so I'm just going to use these same colors. It's just easiest. But because it is the photo paper, you don't want too much paint on there. That's probably good enough. Then just been loving this gold, so I just can't help it. Gotta use some of this gold. All right. Let me check on the chat real quick. Yeah, the Distress inks. Do you use a pack of 8 for €1? Okay, that's pretty good. Do you use the alcohol inks at all? Do you use the alcohol inks on the photo paper? I've been messing around with that, but I've been making my own alcohol inks. I haven't broke down yet and bought some. They're so spendy. But okay, so I have another piece of photo paper. I'm just going to squish them together here a little bit. Kind of make sure it covers it. And then once this dries, I can use this for like, you can actually, once it's completely dry, you can use it in your Cricut or any of your die cutting machines and cut it. So that's what I like to do. All right. You can kind of see it like as it's happening. I'll let you guys see that. All the cells popping up. Just let it do its thing, and it's really, and that one down there is doing the same thing. So I can cut pieces out and put them into the little trays for pendants and make them into pendants, earrings. I can cut little words out or pictures out of these. So many things. Use it for parts, for cards, for art journaling. But yeah, wait till it completely dries on here, and that will take a week and a half for it to completely. I wait a good week and a half, 2 weeks before I put it like through my Cricut. You made sure some alcohol ink. So how did that work out for you? Did it turn out good? All right, I'm going to set this one aside. Just a minute. All right. I think I'll do one more of those smoosh things. All right. We'll do some different colors now. And you can pick out, this area is just pretty much white. How's it working, guys? Buffering a lot. I don't know. Is it still buffering? I hope it's not. Ugh. We're supposed to have like excellent internet here, so it's not supposed to be doing that. I hope it's done. So sorry, guys. All right. I can see the numbers going back up. You can kind of tell if you look at the numbers, because you can see it drop off and then start back up. So Linda's House of Chills, you just popped in when that happened. I hope you're still here. I'm not sure if you are. So I've got photo paper again. We're going to do another one of those in some different colors. So here I've got some turquoise. We're just kind of smooshing it together. A little bit more of this blue. Okay, it's all right. It's back on. I don't have any more issues. Sorry. I hate that. It makes me feel bad. Makes, you know, the viewer experience not the most pleasant. And you miss part of the painting. So I hope it's on now. Got some turquoises, some blues. I'm going to put just a little bit of this light blue that I have here in there. Seems a good day today. I really like the way this paper, the gold, when it dries on there. Just kind of slinging it, you know, everywhere. No, kind of, just try not to get too much on there is my main goal. Just a bit more right through here. What I need to do is get my brayer out, and then I could maybe do it. So this prudent gal, hey, wait, thank you, welcome. Yeah, we've been on for a little bit. We've been having a little bit of buffering issues, so I hope it's not buffering anymore. It can't. It needs to stop. But also, why is it so dark? I will adjust the lighting a little too. It seems almost dark for you guys. Okay. All right. So piece of photo paper. I'm just going to do another smoosh on there. Gently smush without smushing the paint sandwiched out the sides, just kind of smooshing it on there. Oh, thank you, Art and Crafting Lady. Thank you. It's just so much fun. It's such a fun thing to do. It's such a mess, but it's so fun. I'm so glad I can share it with everybody. So happy to have the webcam. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Woo! Don't want to fling it everywhere. You guys can kind of see it as it does its magic. See how the cells are just popping up on their own. I'll just kind of hold it here while you guys can kind of see it. Try not to shake it too much. And we have this bottom one, so we have two pieces that are doing its thing. And even though it's paper, I can just a little bit give it a torch. I mean, just barely. Just heat it through a little bit. Not much though, because I mean, it is photo paper. So now we have some like that. And this will make beautiful, you can cut out pieces for cards. You can collage pieces onto other art pieces, cut it out for quotes. So many different things. All right, gonna take this out of here. All right, let me set these aside just a minute, guys. Set them safely aside so they're nice and level. Okay, now here's the cup I just used earlier. I'm just going to use that same cup. All right. Great Grandma's Greenhouse. All right, thank you. Thank you for coming and welcome. Yeah, I love to get my hands in there and get all messy, and it's so fun. It's really freeing, and just to kind of let yourself go and just get messy with it. My Grandma's Greenhouse, so you make your own designer paper. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I try to go live every Tuesday and Thursday from 11 to 1 Pacific Standard Time. I'm on the West Coast. So I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 to 1. And this is, I did a test live last night, but this is my first official live with the new web camera. So I'm super excited. So this is going to be a coat rack. It's 18 inches long. It'll get probably 4 hooks, maybe a fifth, probably 4 hooks on here. And it'll be made into a coat rack. All right. Yeah. I'm always here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if we happen to see you, welcome. Yeah. And we're going to be doing live paintings and all kinds of stuff. So I see it. All right. I'm going to get a little bit of white down here and a little bit of turquoise. And then for this, I am going to put probably those same turquoise golds that we just did that last one. some reason this one wants to keep pouring when I tip it back. This is such a pretty phthalo blue. I really am liking it. So I'm doing 2 cups because this is kind of a larger object. And if I were to do 1 large cup, by the time the paint stretched all the way across from one end to the other, we could have some of the cells would just kind of lose themselves and look kind of interesting. So for me, with a different shaped object, like it being long like this, I find it just easier to use 2 cups, 1 on each end. Oh, it's 7:45 in Ireland. Okay. Yeah, I'm on the west coast of the US. And so right now it's 12:46 here. Okay, gonna get a little bit more white. I think this one needs a little bit of that and then white in both. All right, so I'm gonna do a dirty pour on this one. You could do a flip cup, but with the 2 cups, it would be kind of difficult to flip both the cups. So I'm going to be doing all right. Sorry, trying to catch up on the chat a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to do dirty pour. It would just be easier. So I'm going to move this one down this way and try to get covered very nicely. Now it's going to go off the edge a little bit. That's okay. This is a old tablecloth from the Dollar Tree, and I just replace it here in a minute. Yeah, always here, meet new friends. You guys know how to do it. You know how to check each other's channels out and mingle and do all that. I don't have to tell you guys, you know how to do that. But yeah, it's a great place to come, meet new people, tend to have all kinds of quite a eclectic crowd in here, which is awesome to have so many different types of creators, types of channels, types of people. So yeah, it's kind of awesome little I don't know, community crowd we've kind of been getting in here. All right, that's probably enough. I did leave just a little bit left in there, so in case I needed it, but we'll just kind of tilt this around and see how it does. And I want to make sure I put a little bit of extra, of course, because I want to make sure it goes down the sides. This will get some hooks on it and then be a great coat rack. I sold one in these similar colors here a while back, so kind of replacing that one. Need to get this corner and then back this way. Back. All right, gonna set this down, get this corner a bit. Check on this edge. And see, I needed this extra paint will be perfect for this edge right here. So I don't have to stretch that anymore. Okay. Kind of blend those in so it doesn't look as obviously. All right, now let me wipe my hands off. Oh, got to get the end here just a little bit. Corner. Let me survey this other side. Oh, just one little spot here. And one little spot. Sorry, my reach across here. It's easiest to just make sure you have all your edges now. I've gone back and touched it up before, but it's just easier to do it now. All right, let me wipe my hands off for just a little bit and catch up on the chat. You work in clay, oil, and acrylics? All right, yeah, awesome. I haven't really messed with too much with oils. I've done a lot of work with acrylics. This is fluid acrylics. It's acrylic paint, and then I've added mediums to it, pouring mediums. And I've worked a lot in watercolors. Watercolor was kind of my first love of painting. But And then clay, I've worked with a little bit of the polymer clay. All right, let me get a drink real quick. Oh, you can't work, art and crafting lady, you can't work with the oils, they affect your breathing. Yeah, that's what I was concerned. That's kind of the fumes is what kept me from. Everybody talks about the fumes. And so that's kind of what's kept me from doing the oils. And I just haven't invested in getting oils and all that. But yeah, I mainly do the fluid acrylics or like acrylic painting on these, not this one. This will be a coat rack. But sometimes I'll let it dry and then paint things, kind of landscapes on top or different scenery on top of it. Oh, are you having a hard time typing there? Sometimes I do too. Especially earlier, I was trying to type with the gloves on. That's always fun. I'm getting used to using those. I don't usually use gloves, but while on the live, I figured to get to the keyboard and stuff. Oh, you great grandma's greenhouse. You have the new fast drying oils. So are those the water soluble oils, or do you still have to have like all the oh, the stuff you have to clean your brushes and all that, the stuff, I can't think, turpentine or something. Because I know I was reading about the newer water soluble oils where it's still an oil paint. Is that what the fast drying oils are? I don't know. I'd like to someday mess with oils. Oh, okay, yeah. So I think I was watching somebody else use those. They were doing a live, I don't think it was a live, but they did a video on painting and they were using those oils. They did look interesting. I was checking those out. You kind of get the best of both worlds with those because you still have your blendability of the oils, but they seem like they're maybe a little bit easier with the fumes and the cleanup and all that. So here, I'll raise this a little bit and try to show you guys. Actually, before I do that, I see a couple air bubbles, especially right here where I put that last has some air bubbles. But we don't need to torch for cells. We need a torch for air bubbles. This would look good in a maybe a beach home or a nautical decorated home. But let me show you guys the details on this one. See if I can. There's kind of the details on that one. And because this one is hanging off the edge, I can't really move it to my dining room table. So this one kind of has to be my last of the day. But we can chat for a little bit, but that's just kind of going to be what you guys see right now is that one. But I am right here and we can chat, but I can't move this one from here to do more projects. And we're running out of space for these have to dry for about 3 to 4 weeks. So I've got to get them on I have a kind of a drying rack and I'll get them all up on it. But I might need to make a bigger drying rack. Yeah, when you do the dirty pour like I did, it kind of gives you the ribbon effect. And with it being it's going to have the hooks, it kind of looks cool after that. I kind of like that effect. But it depends on, there's all different techniques. So, I did the dirty pour and then today I've done the blown one. And it just depends on what look you're going for. So the dirty pour kind of gives the ribbons of colors. And with the gold, it kind of looks cool to have the ribbons of gold through it. But yeah, this will dry just in time for my next craft sale. I'm kind of down to the wire because yeah, I've got a couple weeks till it is, but I've got to, if I'm going to paint anything, it's got to be painted probably today or tomorrow, and then dry time, and then the days leading up, it'll get sealed. We put a probably about 3 to 4 coats of polyacrylic is what we'll put on. So yeah, the rush is on right now. I've got 2 stools I'll be doing later this afternoon as well. I just tops of the stool, and then the bottoms of the stools will be just painted. The legs of excuse me, the legs of the stools will just be painted white. And then the tops will be done in a similar technique to this. And I was on the search, this sale that I'm doing here coming up April 13th, it's a rather large one, so I can bring furniture pieces. Sometimes I have a very small booth and I can't bring any sort of furniture pieces, but this is a very big sale coming up. So I've been on the search for some end tables and nightstands and some smaller furniture pieces. But I like to go to thrift stores and flea markets, and I just didn't really find any pieces this time that were worth redoing and selling. So I won't have any end tables. Usually I do have quite a few. Do I stamp on my pieces? No, I have so many stamps. I have a ton, because that's what I did was paper crafts before this. And so I have a lot of rubber stamps and clear plastic stamps, but I have not stamped on any. I have thought about stamping on it. I've thought about stamping on it wet. I've thought about stamping on it dry, but I haven't yet. But that is kind of something I'm going to eventually experiment with. I have some like background texture stamps that I think would be kind of cool while it's wet sometimes. And so I'm not sure. Do you refinish some antiques and stuff? Great Grandma's Greenhouse. Yeah, I like to refinish some stuff, just small pieces usually. Coffee table is about the biggest I've done with this technique. Yeah, it's super fun. That's awesome. This big sale I'm doing on April 13th, that's what it mainly is a lot of vintage stuff, a lot of redone furniture, done kind of the shabby chic look, a lot of the chalk painted furniture. And then I have my artwork and some of the things that I've done. But that's what the sale is a lot of big on that. Yeah, yeah, some people for resale, I mean, it just depends too. It depends on the piece. If it's like super valuable antique, in pristine condition the way it is. But if it's, it just depends on the piece. You definitely. And if you do it for yourself, you do it, how you want it. So yeah, I mean, I've seen people do all kinds of things to furniture. So I mean, it really depends on the individual piece. Because I've seen some amazing antiques done in a more modern look, but then I've seen some antiques where they've redone it and they totally just ruined the piece. So it's really, per furniture piece, dependent, I kind of feel. But when you do it for your own house, I mean, hey, do it however. Oh, the stays on ink? Yes, yes, yes. Definitely my favorite. I actually, nope, I don't. I think it's in my cabinet thing. But yeah, stays on ink is probably number one. I have 3 or 4 blacks because you always feel like, oh, it's drying up, and I grab another one when they have a good coupon usually. But yeah, stays on inks, I very much think it's the best one. I tend to stamp in a lot of black though. And I do all kinds of different pieces. Let me show. Here's a like a mixed media piece I did. It's 3 pieces, so I can't show you all at once. Hold it. But so it's a mixed media. It's on canvas board. I've painted the back, and then I collaged on these pieces. And can you even see? There's like jewels. Yeah, you can kind of see the jewels. But and these are all just pieces I collaged on together. There's that one. It goes all together. It's a 3-piece set. Here's the medium one, and then here's the like smaller one. So it goes all the way. This is a 5x7, 8x10, and I think this biggest one is maybe a 9x12. It looks like, but they all kind of go together. But that's one I finished up here recently. It's a just kind of a mixed media piece. I do all kinds of little mixed media stuff, and your average girl, as you say. Okay. You can send it over on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram. We'll talk about it. Yeah. I didn't know you were still here lurking. Awesome. You never know who's, lurking around. But yeah. So your average girl, has your sister done any more pours? Have you guys done any paint pouring anymore? Let me know if you guys have it. You can send me any questions on Insta, or you can ask any questions here now too. But if your sister has any questions later or anything, you can ask me any questions over on Instagram. That's a good place to message if you want to have any questions. But yeah, if you guys have any questions now, I probably am going to get off of here because I've been on since I had to do 2 different streams, but with the 2 streams, I've been on about 2 hours. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm always lurking too, especially in certain other streams with different people. I've been lurking a lot lately instead of chatting so much. So I've been lurking around too. But oh, you don't know if she's done any pours or not? Okay, so yeah, if she has any questions or anything. But so yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, I'm probably going to be on here in just 3 or 4 more minutes. I need to go buy some more white paint. I think my mom is going to go with me. I think we're going to go paint shopping and such. Oh, Artsy Studios. Oh, thank you. Thank you. This here is about 8, I think it's 18 inches. I think here. I keep saying 18 inches, but I have a thing here. Let's look. Yeah, it's an 18-inch, just a wood plaque like you get from Michael's. And it's going to be a coat rack. I'll put a couple of hooks on it, and it'll probably about 4 or 5 hooks, and it'll be a coat rack. Here, I'll give you guys a better look of it. You can kind of see the detail more. And that's gold kind of running through it, so that'll be nice and shimmery when it's all dry. But so yeah, that's gonna be a coat rack when it's all done. But I'll show you another little bit ago on the first live, because I've had to do 2. I lost connection. I did this one. Great grandma screen now. Oh, it's dinner time there. All right. Well, yeah. Welcome. Thanks for coming by, and hopefully see you around some more. And thank you so much. You have a great dinner. Oh, and thank you about good luck on the show. Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 coming up, but that's the big one of the year. We do it 3 times a year. The big one for this one is right before Christmas, but we do it April, July, and November for this organization. And it's our biggest one, those 3 for the same thing. It's the biggest one of the year. Oh, yeah, under the doorknobs to stop fingerprints. Yeah. Another thing that I paint a lot of, this is at my sales. This is probably what sells the very most is the light switch. They're all packaged up, so the glare is probably pretty hard. But the light switch covers. Oh, I sell a lot of those. Let's see, what's a good example to show you? Here's one done in browns. But that's what these sell a lot. And on my Etsy. I sell quite a few of these on my Etsy too. I have about, I don't know, 60 or 70 backed up that I need to get listed on my Etsy. Yeah, I paint on everything. So many different things. So yeah, but I think I will probably be getting off of here. Got to give my mom a call. We're going to go to the craft store and the art store and stuff. So she's probably waiting on me. I told her I'd call her at 1. So I better get off of here and see if she's still up to going shopping. So it's so awesome to have everybody. And I will be back. You know, I'm for sure going to be back on Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for painting. But looking at my schedule, I might have some time tomorrow evening. So don't count me on that. I might not, but may go live tomorrow evening for a little bit. But for sure, I'll be here Thursday at 11, if not. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and evening, night, because I know some of you guys, it's getting pretty later at night. Okay, yeah, God bless, God bless. All right, so it's so awesome having everybody, and I'm excited to have the new webcam and be painting live for you guys. And maybe I'll get my brushes out and do some other live painting with my brushwork as well sometime soon. All right, you guys have a great one. All right, be crafty, be artsy, and have fun.